Jimmy a speedy recovery. First thing he said, sitting in the locker room, is like, man, I'm supposed to take my kids to the arcade in the morning. I'm not going to be able to he said it 4 different times. I'm not going to be able to take my kids to the arcade in the morning. Then we talked a little more. Man, I'm supposed to take my kids to the arcade. That's all he kept saying. And he was just in like this state of like delirium, like completely delirious. And I can only imagine what he felt. But he just kept saying, man, I'm supposed to take my kids to the arcade. And I always speak about when people have these injuries, what everyone doesn't understand is like you live that every day. Like it's not the video game. You just hurt on the court. And then you walk away from the court and life's fine. No, like you live that injury every single day. That's what we give to this game. It's your health. Right? So like we don't get much time anyway, free to do things like that. You know, you miss time with your kids, you miss time with your family. And then like for that to happen, like that's a big, big deal. Like that alters not only them going to the arcade with his kids, but that alters their summer. That alters their all-star break. It alters so much. It alters life as they know it. So I'm wishing Jimmy a speedy recovery.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you just watched that, you didn't just hear an injury update. You witnessed one of the most raw, human, and heartbreaking moments you'll ever hear about in professional sports. Draymond Green, on his podcast, pulled back the curtain on the immediate aftermath of Jimmy Butler's ACL tear, and what he revealed goes far beyond basketball. Let's break down why this story hits so differently than a standard out-for-the-season report. First, Draymond sets the scene. The Warriors are emotionally drained. They've just lost their teammate, a guy as important as Jimmy, and they're trying to process it. Jimmy comes into the locker room the next day. Draymond says it was great to see him, but also hard, a really honest duality. You're happy your brother is upright, but devastated by the reality of what his presence means now. Then, Draymond shares the moment that defines this whole story. The first thing Jimmy Butler says, sitting there in the locker room, isn't about basketball. It's not "my career is over," or "we were so close," or "I can't believe this." He says, "Man, I'm supposed to take my kids to the arcade in the morning. I'm not going to be able to take my kids to the arcade." And as Draymond tells it, he said it 4 different times. He was in a state of delirium, of shock, just repeating this one, simple, devastating realization. I'm supposed to take my kids to the arcade. This is the moment that flips the entire script on how we view these athletes. In that instant, Jimmy Butler wasn't Jimmy Buckets, the NBA All-Star and playoff killer. He was Jimmy Butler, the dad who had a promise to keep, a simple, joyful plan for a morning with his children, that in one non-contact step was ripped away. Draymond, to his credit, doesn't just leave it as a sad anecdote. He expands on it with incredible empathy and insight. He talks about what fans often forget. You live that injury every single day. That's what we give to this game. It's your health. He connects Jimmy's arcade comment to the bigger picture. It alters not just that one morning, but their summer, the all-star break, life as they know it. These players have such limited, precious free time between the grueling 82-game schedule, travel, and training. To have that stolen by an injury, especially one that requires surgery and a long, painful rehab, is a profound loss that goes far beyond the court. This story does 2 powerful things. It humanizes the superstar. We see these guys as invincible gladiators. We debate their legacies, their contracts, their trash talk. But Draymond's story reminds us that underneath the jersey is a person with a family, with simple plans, with a life that is violently disrupted by the physical toll of the game they play. Jimmy Butler's toughness is legendary, but here we see a completely different kind of vulnerability. The vulnerability of a father who can't keep a simple promise to his kids. It reframes the sacrifice. We often talk about sacrifice in sports in terms of hours in the gym, diet, sleep. Draymond points to the ultimate sacrifice, your physical well-being and your time. The time you can't get back with your kids, the memories you have to postpone, the daily pain you live with. That arcade represents all the normal life moments that get erased by a major injury. This is why this clip is more than just NBA news. It's a poignant reminder of the real cost of the entertainment we consume. The next time we see a player go down or casually say, "He'll be back next season," remember Jimmy Butler in that locker room, thinking not about his jump shot, but about a morning at the arcade that just disappeared.